to get on, but here they are, Mark Allen and Ma Hai Long. Allen clearly the favourite here, but we'll see. He played his opponent once before. It was this season in a qualifier, and he won 6-2. But this is different. There's a big crowd.
Ma Hai Long to break.
Ma Hai Long then to get us underway, 19 years of age. Forgive me, 20 years of age. First season on tour. He won the World Snooker Federation Championship last year to get his 2-year tour card. So big night for him, because it would be a huge scalp. He's playing the world number 3, Mark Allen. Of course, already this season he's won the Champion of Champions in the shootout.
Yes, it wasn't the best break-off. It could have finished better. It was a thin cut to the middle. Tough shot. A little bit early to be taking those kind of browns on. So trying to open the reds up, get that cue ball back to the baulk cushion.
Mark Allen 1.
Well, in his first event, the Championship League, he made a 140 break, did Mark. He reached the last 16 of the British Open, which was only his third event. And he's knocked that in. And that's the danger with playing the shot Allen did, opening the reds up. He's left a long red on.
Yeah, what a terrific shot, though. And this is what he wants in his career. He wants to be playing on the match table, TV table, against top players. This is what he's dreamed about. Won the World Amateur Championship before he turned professional.
Wow, such a good red, but this is the blue.
Yeah, just a few nerves, maybe. Wouldn't normally miss this. He's close to the cushion, but you're still fancying for it.
Mark Allen is just happy to be here after yesterday. He was 3-1 down to Chow Yu Peng, a long way behind in the next. Made a great clearance. Really should have lost the decider, but dug himself out. And lives to fight another day. Lost the cue ball here.
Well, the amount of screw he had on the cue ball there. Yeah, he played it with side as well to take the cue ball down for one of the baulk colours, but look where it's finished. Quite incredible to finish there.
It's a bit of a hide-into-nothing match for Mark Allen, this. If he wins, it's sort of, OK, of course he did. If he loses, it's a massive upset. But we know he's become increasingly difficult to beat in the last year or so. He's prepared to dig in when he has to.
Yeah, great shot. And he left a chance at that, Mark. Played the brown as the safety, but didn't leave that cue ball in a position where he couldn't play that shot. Another good pot. Not sure if the kiss was any good.
4.
I think he was trying to miss the brown and play for the red that's nearest the right corner.
Funny old table. Brown and yellow down amongst the reds, blue off its spot, so not the most promising. This, of course, still a second round of the Welsh Open. The winner plays Si Jiahui, Crucible semi-finalist, of course, recent runner-up at the German Masters. He beat Andrew Paget 4-2 earlier tonight. Van Zhengyi's won the opening frame against Ben Mertens, and Jack Lisowski just getting underway against young Liam Pullen.
Oh, that was a nice little bump on the middle pocket, taking the cue ball close to the cushion. Thinner than what he wanted, that's for sure.
Just indicating with the tip of his cue where he feels the cue ball was. Players know better than anybody, obviously, playing the shot.
Yeah.
But it's still going to just check on the marker's screen.
Yeah, it wasn't quite dead under the cushion. Makes a difference. Being able to cue that cue ball just that little bit more.
Just a fracture. And a little bit more this direction.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Mike.
Just a very slight adjustment needed. Well, slightly over-adjusted, but it's a very sort of congested area of the table, that, isn't it? Read it through the middle, though, that goes.
Yeah, but can he get to a colour? Is it worth the risk? He's a young attacking player, but you've just got to temper that with, you know, the percentages. I don't think this is worth the risk of taking this red on because there's no colour, no easy colour. He could finish on the pink to the middle. Very risky.
I think he was just checking that the ball by the ping is the brown there, because he's one of those players who has slight colour blindness when it comes to the brown in amongst the reds. Mark Williams is the same. I mean, they're great players, it seems odd in a way, but obviously the brown isn't normally in this area of the table.
Just got to be careful of the double kiss here if he plays that red nearest the left side cushion. If he kept it just a little bit too thin, could get the double kiss, taking that cue ball back to the baulk area. Yeah, he was aware of it, and that's why he didn't play up and down.
there were some hardy souls here right to the end last night, and the end was 10 to 1 in the morning. It's nowhere near that yet, obviously, but absolutely love the snooker. It's great value, actually, an all-day ticket here. You see so much snooker, so many great names across the 4 tables. And you get to spend time, if there is any time, of course, to go outside in a beautiful part of the world here on the North Wales coast.
This is not the type of frame that either of these players would wish for, but sometimes there's nothing you can do. Balls go awkward, and all you can do is just play the safety each shot. No pots to go for, very few colours to play for. If you do get a chance of a pot, things will open up. May take a little bit of time, but they will open eventually. Black now goes into the left corner.
See in the background there, Liam Pullen, one of the new professionals from the UK, taking on Jack Lazowski. He was younger, Stan Moody actually, who Ma Hai Long here beat in that World Snooker Federation Championship last year. Of course, he's playing tomorrow, Stan, against Jordan Brown. So we saw last night as well with Jiang Jun. Various youngsters making their way, starting out on tour, first seasons. Yeah, things definitely more open now. Some reds in the middle of the table. The yellow's gone back down towards where it should be. Black available.
Yes, he was afraid of leaving the red onto the right middle. He's covered that. But possible red to the bottom corner. Just depends whether he can get to the black in taking this red on. Well, this frame looking a lot different now. Everything available all of a sudden. All the reds anyway. And now the blue becomes available as well. Both players playing some good safety. Not leaving even a smell of a chance of a pot.
Well, you just saw him in the background. Jack Lazowski, typically dashing effort to win the opening frame against Liam Pullen.
Red's got to slow down. Did well to get the cue ball back behind the black there. But he's left a chance for Mark Allen to play the same shot. And if he can get it dead on the cushion, it could be trouble. And that looks pretty good. Now, can he be tempted by this thin cut to the green pocket? Doesn't have to play it. He could play the red full ball. The red along the baulk cushion doesn't pass the green. But he's a very attacking player, and what a pot that was, and what a kiss off that red. That was a terrific cut to the corner. No idea what was happening to the cue ball, but look at that flick on the red to leave him on the black. I won't say nicely on the black, but he's on it. He's overcut it.
One.
Yeah, it wasn't a gimme by any means, but what a chance now, Mark Allen.
One.
So Allen's been patient. That's his first pot for 15 minutes. And that's been his game, really, the last year or so. Best he's done at the Welsh semi-final. He's been in 3 quarter-finals as well, including last season. Just developed a reputation as becoming really difficult to beat. He's always been a terrific player, but he's found ways of winning when he's not necessarily at his best as well.
Yeah, he's always been a very good safety player, but I think he's developed patience in the last couple of years, and certainly the weight that he's lost has helped him. It's okay being a safety player, good safety player, but you've got to score when you get the chances then. Normally he'd play the blue and get it back on its spot, but he'd tie the blue up if he played the blue at this stage.
Eleven.
Doesn't seem to lose early on in many events these days. He got to the last 16 in Berlin. John Higgins beat him there. Of course, at the Masters, he was a semi-finalist. Did lose first round of the Scottish Open, but that was right after the shootout, which, of course, he won.
That was a better shot than it looked. Stunning that cue ball, powering it in off 2 cushions to finish ideally on this red.
$20. $24. 25.
It's a very interesting chat in the studio, wasn't it, between Ronnie and John Higgins about centuries. And it's true that the modern player always tries to make them. He can't actually make one here, Alan. He's taking the small colours, not possible. But if he does make one tonight, it will be his 600th of his career.
Yes, he didn't intend the kiss on the red. Wanted to slide past them. Red still goes to the green pocket, as you can see, but a lot more difficult. Good pot, good recovery. He's going to need at least one of those safe reds, depending on the colours that he takes. And this is a good ball to take. If you can play the cannon to those two reds, he'd stay on the red to the middle. I thought he would have played it with a lot of left-hand side and tried to hit the reds. You see shots differently. Well, he's thinking of playing the blue to the corner and the cannon to the two reds, but again, very risky to play that. By taking the yellow, he's going to need one of those two reds closest to the middle. Another good pot, but he needs an angle on the green to be able to give those two reds a nudge. Yeah, great effort.
$44.
Oh, how close was that? What an effort that was.
Mark Allen, 44.
I think he thought it was in.
So 36 points in the opening frame, a possible 43 on. One red safe though, particularly safe that is. Frame's been going 25 minutes. Took quite a while to develop. The balls were awkward early on. Just allowing the referee to check the line there in case of any replacements or any mishaps, catching the yellow or something.
Well, when it comes down to safety play, this young man, how long, is playing pretty good, keeping his patience, but he's up against one of the masters at the safety and patience.
Foul. Enemies, Mark Allen 4.
Well, can't afford to do that again. He's now 40 behind, 43 on, so if he misses this time, he needs a snooker. I think the thing about Allen is he now enjoys this game. I mean, he still would prefer to be in, making big breaks like most players, but he sort of relishes the fight now.
Yeah, I remember once playing Cliff Thorburn in the semi-final of, I think it was the Mercantile Credit, I'm not sure. And he gave me a masterclass, and afterwards he said to me, you know, the difference between us, Joe, is that I really enjoy the safety, and you can't wait to start potting. And he was right, he was dead right. You've got to enjoy the safety.
Well, that might explain why that match he played against the Griff at the Crucible finished at 9 minutes to 4 in the morning. They both enjoyed the safety. Anyway, Ma Hai Long has got to hit this.
And not too thick. Oops. And this time he catches it a little bit too thin. And he's left the red on, only the red needed.
Yeah, sort of been outfoxed by Mark Allen here.
1.
Of course, he had a lot of help from Terry Griffiths earlier in his career. One of the great coaches as well as the great players in the sport.
Mark Allen 5.
Well, 45 behind, 35 on, but in a snooker himself. If Allen can pot this, then it's definitely his frame. Yeah, of course, Mard doesn't really want to pot it.
No, very clever that, wasn't it, my Mark Allen? This stops any free balls.
1.
Well, that's just where he wanted to be able to stun him behind the brown or green. 3 snookers definitely needed now. Yeah, and that's a pretty good snooker, especially if the yellow bounces, which it has done. Now, it won't be replaced if he does miss it, but this is very difficult to hit. And of course, he doesn't want to hit the black or the pink, so he's got to take that into consideration. What a great effort this is. What a great effort. Oh, how close do you have to be?
Well, that's one of them.
I don't see the value in potting the yellow unless you could have got in behind the green, which I think he tried to do. And that way you could have just stunned in behind the brown again. But those 2 balls there, green and brown, were pretty good to get in behind. It's not far away. Yeah, great attempt. And again, this is missable, being so far away from the cushion.
Well, that's 2 attempts at snookers. Got the first one, got the penalty points. It'd be interesting, certainly, now if Alan can't hit this. Frame, he looks certain to win. Bear in mind, he got the snooker on the last red initially. But a good hit.
Yeah, it was a good hit. Would have been under pressure had he missed that one.
Ben Mertens has levelled up with Fan Zhangyi, 1 each on table 3. We've got Luca Brissell. In fact, he's just gone 2-1 to Mertens. We've got Luca Brissell tomorrow afternoon against Joe O'Connor.
3.
And Julien Leclerc as well, the other Belgian professional. He's playing Hossein Vafai. Funny old format this, because Liam Davis has played 3 matches so far, and yet there's people we haven't seen yet. Dominic Dale, for example, is coming in tomorrow. Liam Davis lost tonight, so he won't be playing any more matches. Well, if he potted the blue, then it'd be 1 on the pink. It'd be 19, so 1 to tie on the pink.
Well, that's another snooker.
Mark Allen 4. Foul. Mark Allen 5.
All of a sudden, it's interesting. One snooker needed.
Yeah.
And again, this isn't far away, you know. This isn't far away at all. I think he may just be able to swerve this a fraction harder, and it would have been tough. Another chance here. Similar type of shot. Twice across the table, in behind the black. Well, another chance here. Try and get that cue ball in behind the black. Just shorter pace. Had the line. He's a little fortunate there. If he could have seen this blue full in the face, it would have been a real chance of a snooker. And from the double kiss, it could have been anywhere, this blue. Well, let's see what he can do with this. Well, this is a good attempt as well. Cracking shot.
Yeah, turns the advantage very much back Mark Allen's way. Because, of course, even if he hits this mile high long, if he leaves it on, then it surely is Allen's frame after all. And he hasn't hit it.
Foul. Mark Allen 5.
So Allen with a bit of breathing space and a chance to put the blue away. 41-minute frame to open the evening. But that should be that now. Well, he's sort of demonstrated what we were saying, really, the preparedness to tough it out. Obviously, he was put through the paces in terms of the playing on for snookers, but it's his frame after all. So Mark Allen looking to reach the third round of the Welsh Open here this evening. Leads Ma Hailong by 1-0. Mark Allen then has taken the opening frame here. We're just waiting for Ma Hailong, his opponent, to return. And just to reiterate, the winner plays Si Jiahui. So certainly if Allen comes through, that'll be a bit of a blockbuster in round 3. Obviously, Si was in the last final in Germany, where Judd Trump beat him. Here he comes then, Ma Hailong. Well, he demonstrated his tactical nous there, getting those snookers, but ultimately didn't get the frame. Still plenty in. It's what, 20 past 10 local time, but they love their snooker in these parts. So good young players in the arena tonight. Ben Mertens, Liam Pullen, obviously Ma Hailong here. Wang Zhengyi still relatively young. We think of Jack Lazowski as being a young talent as well, even though he's in his 30s. Very exciting player.
One.
Well, better in than over.
Yeah, because it could have been devastating, this, had it stayed on the lip. He didn't play the 3-ball plant.
Brown ball.
I'm surprised he didn't take the brown on. Cue ball was well off the cushion.
Well, he hasn't got tight to it.
One.
Needs to slow down. Surely he'll take the brown one this time. Just overhit that plant. Yeah, nice little pot that. That's more like it. Aggressive. Could have done with being straighter on this red. Then he could have played for the black. As it is, I'm not sure if he could pot this with side and finish up on the black. May have to play down for the blue.
When he was 13, he was allowed several months off school to travel to Beijing to play in their academy there. So it's a sport that's taken obviously very seriously in China. It's in fact been on the curriculum in some schools, and we've seen so many very talented prospects emerge.
Yeah, he couldn't hold for the black. He didn't want to play it with all that side on the cue ball to check it back for the black. He's just a little short of pace for the blue. Well, he did very well to get round to there for my money.
11.
Lots of topspin and left-hand side on the cue ball. And he's just a little short of pace.
Yep, so end of break. Jack Lazowski, meanwhile, has made a century to take a 2-1 lead over Liam Pullen, who dominated frame 2. So a good match there on table 2. 2-2 Ben Mertens and Fang Zhengyi.
Yeah, needed a bit of luck there. Didn't get it. But what do you do with that? The black doesn't go to the right corner. So I'm not sure if he can play it with a lot of topspin. Does he have the cue power to screw it back? Well, he certainly does. He's done exceptionally well to get top side of the blue from there. Plenty of action on the cue ball. Now, choices again here. He could play to go into the reds. Play for the loose one. Just to go into them, and he hasn't been fortunate.
6.
Well, he's looking at another plant here.
Well, as we're looking at the reds, he needs to hit the left-hand side of those reds. So it's possible. They're not quite touching. Had they been touching, don't think he could have got it, but has a chance. The cue ball would be going down towards the baulk area naturally.
Well, it's about to happen, Mark.
Mahilong 6.
Well, I suggest the referee stands close to pink and red, just to make sure what he actually hits.
What a shot. No doubt about what he hit there. Tremendous cue power. And when you pot one of those,
Mulholland
I
one.
mean, you deserve to win the frame potting one of those, but didn't finish on a colour, so second choice, just a snooker.
Well, yeah, he screwed back for safety, so less likely to be on a colour.
Yeah, a little harder though, and he'd have been on the brown to the middle. But a real confidence builder when one of those goes into pocket.
Like I say, though, he's prepared to do this. You know, okay, not on a colour, put your man in trouble, be patient, wait for another chance. This could be in.
Oh,
One.
Wow.
what a stroke of luck. Catching the red much too thick. I was about to say, what a chance now for Mark Allen, but the red disappears. And the chance falls to Mar. Oh. That is unforgivable.
Mahjong one.
He's right behind it. So blue, pink and black safe.
Thank you. One.
Black is available to the right corner.
Four. Five.
Well, the red that's closest to the black spot will go to the left corner. I don't think he'll play for it this time round. The two reds to the right of the pink spot. If he's hard enough.
Eight.
Oh, that's a stroke of luck. Bringing the pink into play.
Nine.
Different game all of a sudden this now.
Nine.
Yeah, I could have done without the kiss on the green, but this red's still on to the
15.
right corner. And the green going into a nice little position there.
Sixteen. 19. Twenty.
Maybe a little flick on these two reds. Caught them just a little bit too thick. Wanted to catch them thinner,
26.
and that would have left him nicely on the red. Just to the left of the black. Again, just short of pace, so just a snooker. Could have won the frame there, had that cue ball come out of balk.
Mark Allen, 27.
That's as close as it can get to the yellow. Forces him to go in and out of balk first. The red closest to the cushion should be the target. Too high. Too high. Didn't want to come round that side of the red.
And I Mark Allen 4.
That's a disaster.
Yeah, and he's not going to need that blue. So Allen with his chance to take a 2-0 lead.
1.
It's where experience comes in, doesn't it? Because Mark Allen, I'm pretty sure, would have missed the red on the other side first and got the line of the shot. Whereas that young man played to hit the red straight away. And
8.
coming the wrong side of it has given the frame away.
Well, I think that's
9.
the thing about the World Snooker Tour. You sort of learn as you go along, and the question is, how quickly do you learn from these things? Some players immediately it clicks, others it takes a bit longer. Mark Allen was a quick learner. I mean, it's actually 20 years since he won the World Amateur Championship. Turned pro the following
16.
year. On his TV debut, he beat Steve Davis. In his next match, he beat John Higgins. So
17.
right from the off, he seemed to just relish being out there.
Yeah, like I said earlier, he's always enjoyed playing the safety game, always been a
24.
very tough player. Never knows when he's beaten, comes back from impossible situations.
26.
Well, there were two other players like that, Alex Higgins and Dennis Taylor, and they were both from Northern Ireland, and they were both world champions. And of course, that is the one box that Mark Allen is still looking to tick. Got to the semis last year,
29.
lost a very close match with Mark Selby. Be one of the favourites this year, because he's become tough, and you need to be at the Crucible, of
33.
course. So many frames you've got to plough through.
$38. Mark Allen, 38.
Mark Allen,
And the frame.
in the end, rather dominated that frame, and he is in a very strong position in the match. He's halfway to a place in round 3. He leads 2-0. So
Thank you,
Mahai
third
Long
frame.
itching to
Mahai
break
Long to
off
break.
here and itching to get involved in the match. It's been quite stop-start. His highest break's only 11. He did get that big fluke, didn't he, out the snooker in the last frame, but then he missed the blue immediately. And Mark Allen has sort of trundled along. His highest break 44. He's done it in bits and pieces. He feels like he's in control of the exchanges. And he's looking to get to 4 frames. That's what he's here to do tonight. To put himself into the last 32. To say tomorrow, the main match in the morning will be on Discovery Plus at 9:30. Is an interesting one. Dominic Dale playing Alfie Davis. Now, Alfie is the son of Anthony Davis, who's a former professional, actually a good friend of Dominic's, but that's going to be real youth experience there. Dom's having a good season, actually. He's won a lot of first rounds. In the afternoon, we've got Luca Brissell against Joe O'Connor, followed by Mark Selby against Aaron Hill, and in the evening, Mark Williams against Anthony McGill, John Higgins against Ryan Day. That's the main table, but there's lots going on the others as well.
Yeah, great pot. Needs a big bounce. Well, he weighed up the odds of taking that red on, and it wasn't a shot to nothing because he was leaving reds on had he missed it. But 2-0 up, and you can afford to take the odd chance or two. Looking at playing the cannon to that red, leaving himself on choice of reds, and it really opens things up if you can just play this delicate little cannon. Well, that's worked out okay. Didn't play the cannon to those two reds in the end.
8.
I think he's a very confident player now, Mark Allen. And as I say, he's got that game now, the patience side of the game, where he's not in any rush to pot the balls. Just makes it as difficult as he can for his opponent, and that's what you've got to do.
Yeah, and it was noticeable actually at the shootout. Now, of course, you have to be quick there, but how many of those frames he won where he's actually in control of them? And you know, it's a bit of a mad environment. It's not easy to be in control there, but he was. Certainly the final against Chow Yu-ping. The transition he's made, he's gone from being a mainstay of the top 16 to now very much a top 4 player. He's world number 3 with a chance to go higher before the season's over.
Yeah, he's a winner of tournaments now, isn't he? I know he used to win the odd tournament here and there before, but now you can expect him to win the tournament. You look at him and you watch him playing, he's got it all. He's got the attacking game when he wants to play it. Got the safety game, patience. And the bottle, of course. He's got the nerve.
Yeah, very much so. He's always had that. And yesterday against Chow Yu-ping,
29.
he made an unbelievable clearance, actually, to keep the match alive from 3-1 down.
Disappointed here that he didn't catch that red there and develop those two reds. You'd think he'd miss the pot the way he was acting there, but he's bang on the black. And now he has developed those two reds. They were a little bit of a pain for him, those two reds, but now they've developed.
36.
That's the other thing he shares with Higgins and Taylor as well. You know he cares. He's absolutely all in at the table, invested in every shot. Growing up in Northern Ireland at the time he did, obviously he's heard all about them, and he can't escape their legacy. But what he can do is join it and be part of it. And he already is with the tournaments he's won, but the World Championship, of course, is the one. I mean, if you think of the iconic moments at the Crucible, and there's been so many. Arguably the two most iconic were Alex Higgins beckoning his baby daughter
52.
onto the stage, and of course Dennis knocking in the black, waving the cue around, wagging the finger.
Yeah, dead right. Dead right. Never forget either of those, will we?
The thing is, you don't need to have been alive to know about them because they've been seen so often. They're just part of the DNA of the sport. And Mark Allen, as I say, is in that sort of form where he could join them.
Full mix right.
Well, there we were waxing lyrical about Mark Allen, but unfortunately we've lost table 1. But we can go to table 2. And Jack Lazowski is 2-1 up against Liam Pullen, who's got him in a nasty snooker as well. Liam, a new pro from Yorkshire.
Foul.
He's gone round the back of that red, and that's... Jack's played well. He's had a century. And he's using the other side of his game. With apologies, the table 1 has disappeared for now, but hopefully we'll get it back. Yeah, we've got it back. So let's return to table 1.
Well, it was looking as though he was going to win the frame when we lost the pictures.
84.
He's now won the frame comfortably. So he's going to take a 3-0 lead.
Yeah, and it's a big moment for him, Joe, because this could be his 600th career century. And he'd be only the 10th player to make that many in competition. So it's not just about tying people up and all that. It's also
92.
about when you get the chance from that, making the breaks. And that's what he does as well. It's the all-round game.
93.
So here we go. Big moment for Mark Allen, this. Career century number 600 with this black.
Yeah, well done. Excellent. And we was here to see it. And it just shows you when the game's won and everything's, all the pressure's gone and everything's easy. He's very, very quick.
$108.
Well, he's a positional player as well. He's so pinpoint, isn't it? He always seems to be right behind the next object ball.
109.
So it's a long way back from here, needless to say, for Mile Long. We had a couple of sort of scrappyish frames, but now the heavy hitting has begun. And Mark Allen justifying
116.
his status, of course, as a big favourite, not only in this match, but in this tournament, to go a long way. Sijar Wee would be the opponent next. He's no
119.
pushover, clearly. But Allen has just got that steel about him.
123.
Yeah, the 10th player to make 600, and there'll be many more for sure from this man. Just seems so confident in all aspects of his game right now. It's all clicked in the last year or so.
134.
The black for a total clearance of 141. Nonchalantly dispatched Mark Allen's 600th career century to take a full grip now on this match. He's won from victory, leading 3-0. Well, I'm glad we got back. We had a slight technical hitch, but we got back in time to see Mark Allen make that century. 141, total clearance 3-0. And he needs one more to reach the last 32 of this Welsh Open.
Thank you, Fin, for Mark Allen to break.
So Mark Allen looking to kill this off and put himself into round 3.
Yes, another good safety from Mark Allen. Could have skimmed off that loose red, but preferred to play off the pack of reds and open them. And that's a very attacking safety.
Foul. Enemies, Mark Allen 4.
Yeah, still plenty of people here going to see this through.
I thought it was closer to the cushion. And he could only just see this red. That's to the right of the black.
Mike, can you please bring it for me?
Well, they're going to check again with the screen.
Keep going. Little touch back. No. Fractured more to you. Yes. And to the yellow pocket. Fracture. Yes, looks good.
Okay, thank you.
Well, this red is potable to the corner, but very difficult to get to a colour from it. The black doesn't go to the left corner. And that's why he didn't play it. There was no value.
Well, Jack Lisowski is a frame from victory now, 3-1 over Liam Pullen, and Jack's crucible seeding is under threat, so he, again, this is a big week for him. He needs points on the board. Gary Wilson awaits if he does come through. not close, and he's left a chance.
Well, what a dangerous shot to take on, though, David. I mean, he had to get that. He was definitely leaving the red to the middle if he misses it. And he may have left the red to the left corner as well, so a big risk that. Maybe thinks that he has to try and force something, but, well, he'll learn that patience is the game because it can turn round if you play the game. You've got to play the game. Correct shots. It would help if the pink went onto the black spot. Afraid not.
7.
Oh, didn't he do well to find that gap between the black and the red? Very risky shot that Ma took on. Could be his last one. Ah, didn't want to kiss the reds.
13.
Played to miss the reds, bounce off the cushion. And that red just to the left of the black spot.
Whereas you feel Alan, now something's gone wrong, will look to play the percentages.
Mark Allen 13.
He's been around long enough to know that even though he's very much on top, he's got to get to 4. Neil Robertson was 3-1 up. Okay, it's 3-0 here, but he was 3-1 up against Stuart Carrington, and Stuart was struggling at that point. It just looked a formality that Robertson would win, but Carrington made 2 great clearances for 3-3, and the decider was very much in the balance as well before Neil put together a good break.
Yeah, Carrington missed the black off the spot, didn't he? Proved to be his last shot. Oh, good match in the end, though.
But it just shows you, doesn't it? You know, you think you know the script, but it can often get torn up unexpectedly. At the moment, Alan looks a certainty, but we'll see. Got to get to 4.
Yeah, and you know what they say, sometimes the last one is the hardest one. Well, that was an excellent safety shot, that, from how long. No easy path back to baulk from there. What a chance. Maha Long now. I mean, I'm not sure what he was trying to do there. I think he was trying to stun past all the reds, but he caught them full in the face. Look at this again. No chance whatsoever of missing the reds. Caught them full, and it's good he can smile about it. May not be smiling at the end of this frame.
Well, exactly. If the comeback happens, and there's a long way to go yet, it starts here.
And you could say that this is the first real chance he's had in amongst the balls.
One.
He's had the odd couple of chances, but the reds are nicely spread here. He's under pressure though, cannot afford to miss.
Well, his highest break so far just 11. Yeah, he got the
7.
fluke, didn't he? And then immediately, it's almost like he was too sheepish about getting the fluke. He missed the blue rather than sort of pressing on from it. Anyway, that's all in the past.
8.
Well, this pink for his highest break then.
Fourteen. Fifteen.
Well, he really studied that shot for quite a while.
22.
He was trying to come behind that red, but he's straight out of position.
Island 22.
Yeah, he's going to be disappointed there. 22 from that leave. I was thinking that it was a great chance to win the frame, but his opponent under some pressure.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't look that confident, did he? Let's be honest, as he was making those, and as you say, it broke down pretty quickly.
One.
Well, what a shot that was. And he worked it out that he wasn't leaving anything. If he'd have missed the ball, And he's on the black if it goes in. What a shot that was. Could be a match winner.
Yeah, brilliant shot to get in, and now it's about focusing on this visit to, as you say, put the match away. It was a late start, obviously that to wait to get on, so it was always going to be a late finish. But he wants to get out of there in the next 10 minutes or so.
Nine.
Because it's worth saying, when a match finishes, if you're a frontline player, normally, you know, you don't just walk out the venue. There'll be media to do, maybe quite a bit. So it can be a late night after the match is over. It's all part of it, of course, being a professional sports person.
15. $16.
Yeah, what a good red to take, and what a nice little cannon he played to the red to hold for the black. And that's really opened things up down this end of the table. Not happy with the contact.
Just while he has the cue ball clean, Fang Zhengyi has beaten Ben Mertens 4-2. He'll play either Mark Selby or Aaron Hill. They're up tomorrow afternoon on the main table.
Yeah, he wasn't happy with the contact, but he's still nicely on this red. Sometimes the black can go off course, or the object ball can go off course when you make contact with it, when you get a kick, but fortunately for Mark Allen, that black held its line.
31. 32.
Well, we've seen all sides of him tonight. We saw the first frame, 42 minutes, a bit of a grind. And we saw the last frame, 1-4-1 total clearance. And he's hoping for a winning break here.
39.
I mean, as we've been saying, he's always been a terrific player, but he's just found a real consistency. And he's got a reputation now as well within the game. He's tough. We know he's good, but he's tough as well. Tough to beat. And Si Jiahui, that's going to be a very interesting match in the next round, assuming he does come through here.
40.
Yeah, you're dead right, David. There's some players that you don't mind playing. They play a similar game to you type of thing. But you know that if you play Mark Allen, it's going to be tough, hard snooker. And he can do the business when he gets in amongst
45.
the balls.
40 in front, so 2 more reds should see this home.
46.
Ma Hai Long had a very good chance, his best chance in the match in this frame. It came to very little, 22 in fact. Still learning, of course. First year on tour, it is a massive step up from the amateur ranks.
50. 51.
Crowd applauding because snooker's required. He wants to make sure. I mean, the first frame got a bit sticky, didn't it, after Ma Hai Long laid some really good snookers. So it's pink for the extra points. And he's on the next red as well.
57. 58.
Still enough on to make another century. He's just made his 600th. Not to beat, but the match is won. Mark Allen whitewashes Ma Hai Long. The 1-4-1 in frame 3